Akademiks. Can't ride no wave.
Detroit. Shout out to Detroit, man. I got to get Dogface on here to kind of break down what's going on in Detroit now, man. Who in here from Murderwood? Murderwood in the building? Oh, shit. Murderwood in the motherfucking building. Nigga said 973. I see you. Toronto, what up? Be more. Baltimore still giving it up? You know, I noticed ever since Trump did all that shit, nobody claiming DC. Holy. DC, y'all not giving it up no more? Yo, Trump shut that down, right? Yo, Trump was like, all right, man, enough of this enough. Yo, Trump shut down DC in 2 weekends. That shit is like Disneyland. Yo, no disrespect. I love y'all DC niggas. Okay, I still want to come to stadium. But you know Trump shut that shit down 2 weekends. Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. Not gonna lie, I already get a little tricky in Boston. I already do. I can't lie. Jersey City? Oh, man. I seen some video. Albial was beating up some bouncer. I'm like, yo, holy shit. This nigga been to jail like 45 times and he's still on the same. He's like Pooh Shiesty. Albial is the Pooh Shiesty of Jersey. Like, no matter, listen, I'm not trying to say he's a bad guy, but no matter how many times you think that, all right, man, yo, they finally broke him. He won't ever act like that again. If he feels there's disrespect, violence is going to occur. Hey, I'm not saying he did nothing, okay? But he's the Pooh Shiesty Jersey. Birmingham, Alabama. I see you. Holy. Springfield, Massachusetts. Y'all the trenches? I haven't heard about your resume yet. I can't even cap. Man. Yeah, Philly, I see y'all. Hollywood, Florida. Nah, y'all keeping it cool down there. Relax. Okay, it's all good. Welcome, people. I'm just happy to have y'all here. All right. So let's get to some pertinent things. First and foremost, you know, the funny thing about rap, when you say some shit that the rappers actually do, like, for example, and I've seen some people really torn about my opinion about this. I tweeted something out, right? Let's go to my Twitter. So I tweeted out, I said, yo, like, what people don't understand is that rap is hypocritical. It's really hypocritical, okay? How is it hypocritical? Let me just start by breaking this down. It's hypocritical because we kind of, in a way, are celebrating people that make gangster music, and we celebrate the guys who come off as being the toughest. It's the reason why if one guy said he killed one person, the other said, but I killed 2. Then King Von said, I killed 7. Then people said Lil Jeff said he killed 11. These are not positive things. But it goes into, in an artistic way, this bravado of this street dude that's almost like a superhuman, super tough guy. That's what gangster rap is, right? This is why, like, they talk about people who aren't street like they're like different type of humans. Oh, no, you're a civilian. You're on the sidewalk. They make it like they're in the military, right? They talk about themselves, right? Like they're some superhuman. Superhuman at what? Defending themselves, being aggressive, being able to take people trying to hurt them, being able to go to jail and not, because I'm crying on the intake. Yo, yeah, the mugshot. Like, I'm not smiling at the mugshot. Y'all seen Pooh Shiesty shit? We gonna look at it. I'm not doing that. So that's the image of the street. I've always told people gangster rap will be dead if image is not portrayed. If a rapper says what J. Cole just said, you know, J. Cole just said, yeah, I be rapping saying I'm the best, but I don't think I'm the best. It's like, what? If a gangster rapper said, yeah, I be rapping, I be killing niggas, like, really, I never shot a gun. You're not listening to him. You're not. Part of the music that comes from gangster rap or drill is believability, right? So here's the point, and this is where hypocrisy comes in. No one actually wants to tell people or tell a rapper to do violence, but it's kind of like this like gray area, but like invisible handshake where they're supposed to understand. You're supposed to tell us what you've been on, what you do, and what you may or you would do, but not make it the fucking Da Vinci Code to your actual crimes. Something where you tell on yourself or something that is going to be matched in a affidavit or some type of complaint or an indictment. And that's where people usually call out fans for being hypocritical, right? It's all cool when we're supporting Dirk and supporting Pooh Shiesty when they're free and their music is, yo, we gonna spin, we gonna kill. Yo, listen, 901-375-0762, call my like all that shit. The nigga say bought a gun shop. All that sounds great until they actually get locked up for that, and you say, I'm listening to the songs even more now because now I know it's like it turned from possible fiction to reality. I made this tweet, and people were really torn about it. I said, I've been bumping Pooh Shiesty old music all morning. I said, I'm not gonna lie, this shit do hit different. Okay? Now, how does it hit different? I thought he was capping a bit. Me, when I look at most rappers, at best, with a gangster rapper, half real, half cap. Now, there's people who are the exception. King Von, I think, was 100% real. Dirk is like 90% real. Shiesty, I think he's like 92. Like, they're all in the mix, but no rapper comes close. I'm not gonna lie. K-Flock is like 100% true too. I don't cap. But the point of me saying that is that the reason why we were probably gravitated to these songs before is probably because we thought it's not just catchy songs. We're making the mental imagery of what these people are talking about. So anyway, since he got locked up and I said that I've been bumping his music, and I said it hits different because obviously I'm realizing, damn, it kind of matches everything he's ever said. I said, I hope he's innocent, but I'm going to keep them songs in rotation until he's free. The nigga ain't cap once. There were so many people mad. They said I was the problem. I was the problem. Huh? I've always hated this about fans. Fans give the rappers no accountability when they support the behavior, and then when the rapper dies or go to jail, it's now the fans' fault for being somewhat fascinated by what happened. I like using the Nipsey Hussle thing. Nipsey Hussle been gangbanging. They celebrated him slapping a nigga on a victory slap on some Crip shit, but then they didn't like when he tried to violate a nigga on some Crip shit about some snitch shit, and the nigga killed him. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways, right? So for me, we're all hypocritical to a certain extent because we're hoping these guys are living their raps, but we don't want them to get arrested and we don't want nothing to happen. So we're hypocritical. But in reality of it is that people who kind of step back and start blaming the fans for what we support or for what we're interested in is the revisionist history people that forget about the lifestyle these guys lived. What drew you to Pooh Shiesty's music, he is a good rapper, I would say. But there was this reality about it. I thought Von got better. Von is one of the few rappers I thought got better in the shortest period of time before he died. Go listen to Von's very first song and then Von's last song. The skill was going up really fast, but at first he wasn't that good. What was the thing about Von? Von had this very intangible but like intuitive way of making you feel that whatever he's saying is fucking real. And it wasn't just with his art. It felt like it because the connection of who he is and what he's saying, they were both congruent. And people don't acknowledge that. People don't acknowledge that. I see a lot of these rappers. I see a lot of these rappers now. You know, I've said this before. And I know I'm ranting. I'm going to get to the case breakdown. Drill rap killed gangster rap. Like, with all due respect to like people like Meek Mill, when he raps that he's spinning, it means nothing. He's just making words up. When I want to hear somebody that's really spinning, I'm going to go listen to the actual guy from Chicago. Because that's his actual life. Meek is talking about some hypothetical, like, make-believe. This other guy's living it. It matters. It does. When Chief Keef came on the scene, this hypothetical whatever, and fans became really acute to it. Like, we know, you know when you listen to a rapper, you're like, yeah, he's just rapping. And you know when you listen to a nigga, you're like, he's doing it. Not saying that we want people to be doing shit, but the music that's always the purest. You know they said the cream rises to the top? The purest, the most honest rappers are always going to win. Mark my words. The honesty breaks through everything else. I don't care how much. Listen, I said the little Jeff nigga didn't make good music. but I would listen to it. You know why? There's something about his honesty, even as elementary and basic as shit was. I don't think fans should be blamed for that. That's the nature of the congruence of lifestyle, rap music, and rap culture and hip hop culture. It's all kind of one conglomerate. You know, this is not acting. You don't get to put on a role and then be like, oh, I'm just doing some other shit. Or at least it's just not accepted. Anyway. So I said that, which is true. You know what I mean? Like, Dark's music hit different afterwards. Like, it's true. It's when you realize that people weren't just rapping about random things and it's real, it's very different. Anyway, a lot of people were kind of upset, but whatever. Now, I want to give you some details of what kind of went down. And I had to go back in the Wayback Machine to figure some of these things out. So, the feds accused Pooh Shiesty of doing this crime on January 10th. I want to give you the timeline once again. We've watched a bunch of things that kind of give us a timeline, even read through the complaint. There's still a couple things sealed or hasn't been put on full record. I think they're waiting for all the arraignments to be done. Then they'll be fully there. But I do want to say this. According to the timeline, January 10th, Pooh Shiesty was supposed to be at, I think it's called 12 Cowboys, right? It's this hotel high rise. Oh, not hotel, it's like a, he was supposed to be here. This is where he was staying. Now, we get to find out a few things. He was, it's just an apartment building. It could be anything, right? So, it's just this building. This is where he's staying. We thought he was like, just going to a halfway house. It may or may not be true. He was supposed to be in Dallas for a halfway house, but the police, at least what they've told us, he was on home confinement, which may have, been some type of alternate situation where he could either go from the halfway house, go there every day, or he had to be at this place with the ankle monitor on at a certain time, unless he got certain type of whatever. So this is the point. He's on ankle monitor. He's supposed to be at this place. And we don't know the timing of when he's supposed to be there or when he could leave or if he was approved. But him and Gucci decide to have a business meeting. It's very important to tell you the full story now that we know all the context. This is a month after FDO came out. What's missing in FDO, the music video, we don't see any 1017 memorabilia. We don't see 1017 chains from what I remember. I don't think we did. No mention of 1017. In fact, we see a different type of lettering, and he's claiming Chopper Gang. So Chopper Gang is what he's claiming. No mention to 1017. And obviously, some of us didn't look at it as being anything because before he signed to 1017 Records with Gucci, obviously he probably was in Memphis doing his own thing with his own niggas. They probably had a gang. Bet. So, that was that. Gucci, and I'm getting more information. I'll tell you, I'll try to source it a little bit later. Him and Gucci are not getting along since he got out. But he kept it cordial. I could go back to the time and the dates. Let's look at XXL interview Pooh Shiesty. Now, when we go back to this interview is actually done in I want to look at the time. This interview was done shortly after the music video premiered. So this was done in December. Okay? This was done in December. So this drops, it looks like he's not, he's never really publicly fell out with Gucci, but the word has been this. He's unhappy about how Gucci discarded or seemed unemotional to, or pretty much not caring, right? The lack of fucks he gave when Big Scarr, who is Pooh Shiesty's cousin, passed away. Okay? Apparently passed away over an accidental overdose. The story behind that goes, before offering to pay for the funeral, Gucci calls and says, hey, yo, I know he just died. All them 1017 chains I gave, gather them up. I need them back. Give me them back. Give me them shits back. The family who was in grief, they're like, wow, that's the first thing you care about, huh? Yeah. Gucci then later offers to pay for the funeral, but even that becomes a little bit odd. Apparently it was like, oh, it was about to be 10,000, and it was like, well, 10,000 can't bury nobody. Well, it can, but like, this is a guy who's well loved, and they want to go over the top because you had money in life. You can't have like some basic ass, you know what I mean? You can't have the Dollar Tree funeral, right? That became a thing. That's the first time I saw Gucci, honestly. And we got to make some timeline on this. Gucci didn't speak for himself. The majority of back and forth was with Gucci's wife. That was odd. That was a little bit odd, right? She kind of came out with like, her narrative of, hey, this is what happened. Gucci stayed silent. Let me see if I can find that. I want to jog your memory. Yeah, she posted a bunch of things. Here we go. Did she ever get on live? I don't know if she got on live. Okay, but she posted proof. Which, again, sometimes, I'm kind of in the sense of saying we should keep women out of nigga business. Like, your woman should stay out of certain business with you and another man. Why? Because when disrespects gets involved, which a lot of times it does, when another man disses your woman, you gotta crash. If he disses you, sometimes level head could, and you guys can handle it. So this is sometimes why, it's no misogyny or anything, but sometimes you don't want your girl be doing the business because if somebody calls her out her names and anyway, this was proof, a 10,000 payment. And here it was. It basically was saying Gucci did this out of kindness of your heart. Okay? Out of his heart. Now, I do want to, I seen a lot of people message me about this. Okay? They messaged me about this. So we also sent flowers, not even a thank you. And they sent some other stuff. It said 20K in total. It says, Gucci, what did you do to these folks, man? Okay. So Gucci had paid $20,000. Looked like, what is this for? Okay, so it's for the funeral. Yeah, okay. So it looked like there was something for, I don't know, maybe the casket. I don't know what it is, but 20,000. By the way, I think 20,000 is pretty decent, okay? Now, I do want to say this. For the people who ask me, man, why the fuck do they care? Or why would they be this offended? I've got to let you know this one thing. When a rapper signs to a rapper and not to a label, they're often not signing as they're signed to a company. They feel like they're signing to a brother. They feel like they're signing to a friend. They don't look at it like the white guy that's sitting at the head of the table at Atlantic Records. They don't. Now, I know some of you guys are going to be like, well, that's their fault. Yo, shit, man, they wouldn't get at Elliot Grace like that. You're right. You are right. They wouldn't have that animosity. You're right. You are right. But I do want to tell you, it's like how college football coaches go to the mom of that high school athlete and say, you should say your son with me. A part of that trust that mom got is thinking that, oh, you're gonna be like a figure for him away at school. It's deeper than that when it's a rapper. There's other examples of this. It's a reason why Pop Smoke's mother is saying, why has Stephen Victor not reached out to us? It's a reason. They actually probably have other offers. These are not like some whack ass rappers. They have offers from other people, but usually that rapper comes to you, buys you a gift, and again, I'm not saying who's at fault, but I'm giving you the details of why people care that much. They give you a chain before paperwork even signed. They give you a car. You my brother. They might some CEOs, they tattoo your logo. Right? Now we locked in. You can't ask, if you tell me any rapper signed to a rapper and you tell and you ask that rapper, hey, did you just feel like this was the same assigned to Atlanta? They said no. If you ask Drake, I'm pretty sure like, yo, I signed to Wayne because he was my idol. Yo, I signed to him. Why do you think Drake was disappointed when Weeknd didn't sign him? He was like, yo, bro, like, you're my friend. You're my this. That's where the relationship gets weird. The relationship is weird. So now, and we've seen this. This is not the first time where someone dies and then they look at the rapper they're assigned to and they feel a way. Again, I know we're in the business sector. I deal with business. I try not to do business with friends. It doesn't work because where business lacks, friendship starts to pick up. So if you and your homie who you are doing business, say there's a clause or a piece of the business that wasn't paperworked up, right? So now $1 million come down, but your homie's going to be like, yo, bro, you going to do me like that? I know that wasn't part of the deal, but come on, I thought we were busting everything down. That's how friendship and business mix. Because where the paperwork don't match, they rely on friendship. And vice versa. It's a reason why Meek Mill was, no disrespect to him, he's never been a good CEO. Meek Mill befriended all these artists, gave them clout before he gave them paperwork. It was a possibility, if you ask me, maybe Tory could have been signed to him. He should have had, who else? Oh, the Vori situation, that was interesting too. There's a couple of artists, and I'm forgetting, there's what's that girl's name? Oh my God. She ended up signing with Tory. I don't know if you guys know. She ended up signing with Tory. Yes, the Roddy Ricch thing too, where he was operating, right? So I'm telling you, it goes both ways. He's like, yo, you my man's, this and the third. Melly, thank you. He's like, yo, my man's, this and third. And the person's like, well, you're not presenting yourself like, oh, I'm only being your friend that you sign a contract with me. You're presenting it like you're my friend and you're doing this because you a real nigga. So when you give me a shout out, like Meek did with Roddy Ricch, oh, you gave me a shout out, whatever, I'm not obligated to sign with you. But that's why I'm trying to tell you how messy, and that's why when artists become these, JV labels that do the deal with the bigger label, these artists start expecting more. We've told you the story. I told you personally, got confirmed later on, I guess by Thugger on the phone. These guys have made tens of millions together, Drake and Metro. Why did they fall out? Because Metro felt like Drake wasn't being a friend. That's it. His mom passed away, felt Drake was being a little bit pushy, trying to get a beat for a song or trying to get on a song. It's like, yo, what's up with this guy? It's not all about business. It's like we're homies. Like, bro, I'm going through some shit. Yo, chill. Okay, all right, cool. We're not friends no more. I don't want to work with you no more. So these things matter. And I got to give that context because all of this is going to be the precursor of what happens now. So there is a salty taste in the family's mouth, pause, of how the death of Big Scarr was handled. If we could get a date on this, it says December 2022. If you don't know, what years was Pooh Shiesty incarcerated for? It'll tell you he was locked up from 2021 to 2025. Okay? So what does that mean? Pooh Shiesty's in jail. So his cousin that Gucci also signs passes away. Yes, Gucci does put some money for it, but he's asking for the chain back. He's whatever. And they feel Gucci is not the guy, because here's another thing that I think I see a lot of people talking about now. And I want to point out Al Bial, shout out to him. But he was trying to rationalize, everyone's trying to rationalize this Gucci thing. They're like, nah, it's not Gucci who told us to clone. And the reality here is, rap is growing up. All of rap is growing up. You know why rap is growing up? Because even me, I had to grow up too in rap. I'll tell you when you've grown up in rap. The moment you've grown up in rap is when you stop believing Santa Claus is real, the Tooth Fairy is real, and you basically stop thinking that them presents on Christmas is really from, Santa. I'm going to tell you why. I don't believe we know any of these guys. And that's why I'm saying the internet and streaming has done such a great thing. Because every rapper we think we know, they're all getting exposed, and we all realize the more we see about them, whatever they built up in image for 10, 15 years, none of it is actually congruent with who they really are. And the ones that are all gone. They're doing life in jail. They're dead. There's no one. And that's a tough pill to swallow, chat. Trust me. Trust me. It's a tough pill to swallow. Your favorite rapper done sold us the dream that he was the biggest blood out of L.A. He done sold us the dream. He was moving the most weight across the Atlantic. They sold us the dream that he was pulling up in the A and he was doing this and doing that. They sold us a dream, and we are all waking up. Now, I don't want to go on this rant and people take it wrong. I'm not saying these guys are frauds. I'm not saying these guys are, I'm not even saying they're liars. I'm just saying that the exact reason why I tell you why gangster rap don't exist no more is too hard to create a mystique or an image without being called fraudulent. Number one, I ain't gonna lie to you. Every street nigga gotta hate Whack 100. As soon as you gain a tough reputation, he comes with some paperwork. You're done. There's no way. There's no way. There's so many rappers that I listen to time and time again, and I was like, oh, they're the demon. The information that's out now is just too much that lets you know the truth. Back in the day, before Drake was my favorite hip hop artist was The Game. I thought The Game was the toughest nigga on earth. Why? Shit, I seen some of this shit with G, and I'm like, damn. Coming to find out now, I guess there is no Santa. That was Jimmy Henchman. There was someone else doing it. He's in jail for life. You get what I'm saying? You get to realize there's very few people. So why did I say that? The people who are saying, man, that ain't Gucci. I'm not saying, obviously Gucci is matured and he's probably whatever. But it's you wanted to believe Santa still exists when you go with the cope of, he was cloned, or, well, what did he really say? Gucci's a human being. And that's why I'm telling you, hip hop today, most people, and that's why gangster rap is just not in a good place, because none of these guys' image are pristine. None of them actually are believable anymore. And it just is what it is. Anyway. So, okay, so we get this. I do want to play a little bit. And if y'all tell me if y'all on a time crunch. I know it's Saturday. Some horny niggas in the chat. They say they want to fuck some bitches. So, they said, act hurried up. I got you. Couple chicks, they say they trying to take their trick to the mall. They going on a shopping spree. Holy. Okay, I got y'all. I'm going to get to it. I ain't going to talk too much around it. Big Scarr family. I just want you to hear some of what the family was saying, okay?
You can come to Memphis and play with us and think this date and think you slow if you want to. On God, yo. We're going to show you who's slow. Dead wrong. You dead wrong. When Pops and them called you and asked you, you the one told them folk that you going to pay for the funeral. You told them that you going to pay for everything. The minute that them folk called your phone to see if you going to pay for the funeral, you blocked them. That's not real, cuz. On God, that's not real. You ain't straight.
Now, some of this is going to be slight assumptions, but I think it's straightforward. You'll hear the brother, this is Big Scarr's brother, you'll hear him basically say, hey, listen, it's not like we're in money need, but you did promise. Basically say, hey, listen, you made a promise, you should have just fulfilled it, or fulfilled it how you said you were in the time you were. Shouldn't have us begging in this and third. Now, how does this connect to Shiesty? I'm going to say it connects to Shiesty because Shiesty is kind of like the made man that is connected to this family, even if that's my cousin, right? So you have to imagine that Shiesty is taking note of what's going on, because the family might potentially even lean on him, right? So no matter how, obviously he never said it, so I want to be very accurate, but it's very clear, if your cousin is trying to get some bread from Gucci and Gucci Plane or your cousin's family, you're probably looking at, especially, and he loved his cousin. He was like, yo, all right, this is kind of a little bit odd, right? Keep in mind, when Pooh Shiesty gets signed, Pooh Shiesty is openly out bragging and repping 1017. His earlier videos. I want to go back to some of his earlier videos. You're going to see Pooh Shiesty, 762 God. Like, he's basically just moving and operating like a 1017 soldier. Okay? You see his whole crew wearing the new 1017. You know, now this is also important. I don't think Shiesty's a stupid person. I know you might be like, come on, Ak. No. Remember, he's from Memphis. Gucci doesn't get along with Gotti. Gotti has CMG. He's already competing for signees within the city with Young Dolph. And now another guy that doesn't like him. So Young Dolph doesn't like him, but Gucci don't like him. But Gucci's in Atlanta, and Gucci's now trying to sign. At one point, Gucci signed like 7 artists from Memphis. What is that? Probably to almost surround Gotti in his own city with people who are repping a rival's record label, right? So you got to imagine, he's not, and for the people who say, yo, he should have just treated it like a record deal. No one wears Atlantic Records on their shirt like this, okay? No one has a whole hood. So and the reason why I'm telling you this, they got a new 1017 on all them shirts. They're taking it like, this our new family, like a new gang. You get what I'm saying? So when Shiesty gets arrested and he's looking up and the record label / family or gang he's damn near claiming a new 1017, when that happens with his cousin, he's probably taking note, right? Let me go back to what the cousin was saying a little bit, and then we'll move on.
You ain't straight. That's them folk. Come on now, cuz. You plug. Oh, God, that ain't straight, cuz. You on here trying to act all real. You post the Scarr talking about some long live him, bro. You ain't do nothing, cuz. Oh, God. And you ain't getting them chains, cuz. You can't get them chains. There's no way you can get them chains.
Okay.
It ain't no way that's happening.
So they deny Gucci's request to get the chains back.
Come on now, fool. You tripping, cuz. Thought we just gonna let that go, cuz. No. It's over. You play. And we don't need your... I ain't nothing with you, cuz. Then I hope you ain't talking about... Come on now, bro. That wasn't right, bro. On God, that wasn't right. You ain't straight, cuz. You got on the internet. Bro, when they text you and ask you about Scarr funeral, cuz, you told them folks that Keisha's birthday coming up. Y'all rich. Y'all can celebrate her birthday any day.
Okay. And this is where the wife kind of comes in. Apparently when they text and ask for some money, Gucci says, yo, you know my wife's birthday coming up, right? And I always got to remind y'all of all of these situations where people feel like you're benefiting from them, and then they go through some real shit, and you brush it off because of whatever reason. It's the reason why Chief Keef left Chicago, right? Some of the dudes got locked up from O-Block. Yo, Chief got the money. Yo, tell that nigga we need the bond money. Come on. Chief says, I don't got it right now. Then he goes online and flexes having money. They realize he's playing. They now go to his house and rob him. That's hey, listen, you know, as much as everybody is saying whatever, it's so ironic that everybody is giving Pooh Shiesty credit for being a street nigga, but when he finally does the street shit, that's what I'm saying. Us rap fans are hypocritical. Every rap fan is like, yo, why don't you just get a lawyer? We've been giving him credit for doing street shit. He's repping 1017 like they're in the streets. And when something goes awry, he feels like it's time to do street shit. We're calling him the dumbest nigga alive. This is what I call the trick bag, chat. This is the inevitable trick bag of every rapper, right? We give them credit for saying they do the tough shit, But once they get too rich, man, why are you out there fighting with them folks, King Von? Man, you worth too much money, man. You're not supposed to be out there fighting. You're supposed to send another nigga to fight. You realize his whole life has been about him being the hothead who's pushing the line? So that's why I said rappers technically can't win. You know what I mean? Like, they technically can't win, unfortunately. But anyway.
It's your birthday coming up. Gang, y'all rich. Y'all can celebrate her birthday any day. Come on now, cuz. You playing with my brother like he just dance. Like, come on now, cuz. You playing what, bro? My brother just ain't no you can. Nah, bro, my brother means something to us. What you mean? This ain't that and you not getting them chains, bro.
Okay.
You ain't even text and check on the family, but you text about some chains. Can't believe you, cuz. On God, I can't believe you, cuz. It ain't nothing with you. Like, bro, you better not come try to get these chains. None of it, cuz. On God, we gonna have a real problem. What you thought you just finna use my brother to get streams and woo, then went my with them chains, hours, everything that we got hours. You not getting it back, boy.
Okay.
Oh God, you knew not to show up at that funeral. Even if you would have came, you was gonna get stopped at the door. Come on now, fool. You plucked. On God, you plucked.
Okay.
You don't get paid for it either way. You could have just said you ain't had the money. That's why I be tripping about these millionaire rappers. How you up? They're like, what? Oh man, fool. You don't get no type of respect for that, cuz. On God.
Okay.
And texting talking about you want the chains. Come get them then. Please come try to grab them. Come try to grab these chains. Man, my brother, fool. Oh, now, bro. You ain't do none of this. Like, none of this is because of you. We did all this, like, you tripping, bro. You tripping. Got all these folks thinking you real posting my brother on your page talking about long live Scarr. You delete. What you was trying to do? I thought Gucci was rich too. Ha, fooled all us. It ain't about rich. It's not about no money. It's not none of it. It's about your respect, bro. You disrespected Pops now by lying like you gonna pay for the funeral and knowing you wasn't, cause you
Okay, all right. So you guys get the gist. So basically, the brother points out that, there was some lack of communication, but they felt it was overall disrespect. What you mean you want the chains back? Yo, we need to bury him. We're trying to do it in style. Unfortunately, we're grieving here. Gucci's telling him, yo, I'm trying to turn up for my girl right now. Like, I'm saving some money for her birthday. And they're feeling like, what? Now, again, I don't believe, did Gucci ever respond?
What? Out of the goodness of his...
Okay. Yeah, Gucci really never responded.
I don't hear flagging.
Ain't nobody trying to pocket Gucci money. What the f? That friend will get paid for regardless. That friend will get paid for regardless. That friend will get paid for.
There's another family member.
Nobody lie about what Gucci. Yeah, she gets the receipts, but they ain't seen no 20K. Baby, they only gave us 10K. What the f? 10K. My brother friend was way more than it. He worth way more than it. And he could have showed up to the funeral also. But ain't nobody trying to pocket his money.
Okay, so clearly we see some issues. They have problems with the amount of money sent, with the request of the chains back. They claim that he didn't show up to the funeral. All right, so we're seeing where this is building
Nobody
from.
broke. I've been working a 9 to 5 before my because baby, look, I ain't one of them. I ain't got to run from the media, boo. These chains back, and he ain't getting these chains back. He ain't getting a thing. Once again, my brother had 4 chains, 5 rings, and he ain't getting a thing.
Okay, he had 4 chains, 5 rings. He's not getting it back.
Bathroom receipts. Okay.
And that is...
Okay, perfect. So that happens, but that's not the only thing that happened. And we got to give some context to everything here, chat. So that's Pooh Shiesty's cousin. Now, another one of the people he basically considers family and who's actually caught up in this case is someone named Big 30. Now, Big 30 is the guy who ends up getting charged with Pooh Shiesty for this particular case. Now, he's not signed to 1017, but he had some sort of run-in of sorts with Gucci 5 years ago as well. Now, back in 2020, apparently Big 30 posted, himself with Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane. And he said 375 1017. Blurred. Okay? Pooh Shiesty says Big 3 CEOs. LaFleur, which is Gucci Mane's handle, he comments and says, Cap! Stop posting me, dude. We met once. Chat. All of these are starting to add to why it probably wasn't that hard of a decision to say, man, let's rob this nigga, man. Enough is enough. Let's rob this nigga, man. Let's rob this nigga, man. So basically, Gucci hold him in a comment section 5 years ago. Okay? This is a very interesting thing. They have a saying, chat. Somebody will forget what you said to them, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. This embarrassment right here, when Gucci's Gucci and Big 30's nobody at that point, I'm pretty sure he felt embarrassed. Felt like shit. Felt like he got little boyed. Felt like he got sunned. Now, cooler heads clearly prevailed. I'm pretty sure Pooh, hit Gucci up like, that's my nigga, man. Like, what I mean? Show, whatever. And Gucci, I believe, later subsequently kind of like, backpedaled from that. But this is something that did happen. Big 30 actually addressed this on an interview later. Here we go.
A lot of people try to put out this crazy narrative about 1017 as if it's a cursed label or some shit like that. And sometimes when you look at Shiesty, it's that's the last big success story that came from 1017.
I don't think it's no 1017 curse.
Nah.
Yeah, man, I don't think no 1017 curse.
This is Big 30.
Life just be life, and niggas go through shit. Shit just be happening. Man, if that would happen with any other CEO, which I would have said it was a Utu curse.
I think Gucci just take chances on a whole bunch of people that.
I don't think Gucci. You think Gucci looking into these niggas like, oh, I think he a street nigga. Let me sign him. No nigga trying to sign no liability. No, you know what I'm saying? Like, no nigga trying to sign no nigga that's gonna go to jail. Shit just be happening, bro.
Yeah.
Like, ain't no curse or no shit like that.
But we've seen Gucci sign a lot of artists who are mixed up in a lot of crazy street shit, and it just seemed like he don't give a because if the music's hot enough, he wants to work with them and shit. And you got to give him credit for that. He ain't shying away from it.
It's because Gucci a business man, and how that man do his business, we don't know, and it really don't have nothing to do with it. He's just a business man. Only he know why he do the things he do.
Huh.
What type of game and shit you got from being around someone like Gucci or like Gotti early on? Because when Shiesty signed to Gucci, I'm pretty sure you was hanging out with him.
Go on, keep making music. I remember one time we was in the studio with Gucci and we made Allegation. And we just kept playing it. Gucci was like, come on, man. One hit, go to the next song, man. Y'all gotta make song after song, man. Y'all gotta understand this song hard.
Oh, he made
Gucci
was in studio for that.
We gotta keep going.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? We just kept going. And Gotti, he always give us game, all the time, no matter what. He tell nigga hustle this shit. You know what I'm saying? Gotti want all us to touch millions, hundreds of millions. And I ain't even signed to him. Dude, support me to the fullest. Put me on this album.
You see, move to shouting out Gotti and moved off of the Gucci thing.
I'm on this page. Rest in peace, Big Jook. Jook support me to the fullest too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, what are your memories of Big Jook and what he was like around that time?
Man, Jook was just so fun. Jook a good dude.
All right, listen.
Yeah, because he had something to do. Like, he was the one that found Glorilla, right? And
The little shit behind it. For sure.
yeah.
Gucci just wanted to sign me back. Like,
And that's why I was
Okay, all right, here we go. Let's get into some drama.
apologize like a man, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, here we go, here we go.
Who was out? Because it was me and Shiesty the first time meeting him. So we both like hit him like, damn, what's up with this good up?
Oh, okay.
I don't know about all day, but I know he found a couple of that for sure.
Here we go.
How did you feel? All right, and one thing that did go viral with Gucci, how did you feel? Like, I think you had posted a picture of Gucci, and then Gucci was like, nigga, I met you one time or some shit. How did you feel when he had said that? And then what was your relationship like now?
I mean, as soon as I seen this nigga threw us out, because it was me and Shiesty the first time meeting him. So we both like hit him like, damn, what's up with this good up? You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna talk about what we said in the message.
You know what this is kind of making me think, y'all? This is what's making me think. I could be wrong. Shiesty and Big 30, they meet Gucci at the same time. Shiesty signs with Gucci. He probably seemed like the more talented one, whatever. 30, maybe he didn't sign, maybe he chose not to sign, or maybe he just realized since he wasn't going to get signed, he started start kind of shifting towards Gotti. Now, after Gotti showing 30 love, when he posts up a picture that got Gucci in it, you know, Gucci's probably thinking, you fucking with Gotti. I bet. Fuck you, nigga. You know what I mean? Gucci disses him because he's been kind of fucking with CMG. So he disses him. But that's where Shiesty come in to be like, yo, bro, that's my man's. Like, bro, you can't violate my man's like that. Like, I get it, but like, you can't violate my man's. So that's kind of what it's coming across like, right? Does that make sense to y'all?
You feel when he had said that? And then what was your relationship like now?
I mean, as soon as I seen this nigga threw us out, because it was me and Shiesty the first time meeting him. So we both like hit him like, damn, what's up with this good up? You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna talk about what we said in the message.
Yeah.
But long story short, Gucci was like, man, I was tripping, I'm gonna fix it. Who did that, bam, man? He flew a nigga out to Miami. He had free song, free video with a nigga, you know what I'm saying? Apologize like a man, you know what I'm saying? We left that little shit behind it.
Okay, so Gucci apologized.
For sure.
Yeah.
Gucci just wanted
I ain't gonna lie, Big 30 talk like he hungry. Listen, fat niggas know fat niggas. That nigga talk like he hungry, man.
sign me back. Like,
And that's what I was gonna say, because he was one of the niggas that wanted to sign you early on, right?
He wanted to sign me for sure.
And why didn't you ain't go with the Gucci route?
Which I had already signed.
Oh, it was too late. It was too late.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what year did you sign to Moneybag?
Like 2019, I think.
Okay. And so you had the conversation about signing to Gotti. How come you went through Moneybag?
What you mean?
Like, had you had conversations with both of them, or?
No, it wasn't no shit like. Gotti just took us out to eat and just was talking to us about the music business and shit. Like, he probably was finna sign us sooner or later or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, like, I was around bad and every day with my cousin Newski. You know what I'm saying?
Because Newski and Gotti, Newski and Bag had a relationship. That's who put you on the Bag, right? That's how it go. That's how the story goes.
What?
Newski and Bag were friends already, and he put you on, or he introduced you to Bag.
Yeah, like, Newski and Big Homie G. Yep, Newski, Big Homie G, my nigga Drake.
And Newski ended up.
Like, Newski just go around bumping me and shit, telling me, like, this is my little cousin. Drake is like, this young nigga.
Okay, all right. So we kind of get a little bit of a, I'm kind of, we're kind of walking it up to why this happened, because I think, it's easy just to say, this guy's a lunatic, he's an idiot, and I'm still not saying he's not a lunatic or an idiot, but we kind of got to feel how is this going off the rails? Now, the part that we still don't know is, we probably would never know, or it may come out in court, what communications, and this is only if Gucci cooperates, what communications with Gucci did Pooh Shiesty have while in jail? Maybe he said, yo, could you send this to my mama? Like, yo, she need this right now. Like, some shit happened to the fam. And Gucci might have hit him with the same thing. Yo, me and my girl anniversary coming up, gang. I can't hold you down with that right now. You got to get free and come do that for your own mama. We don't know. Maybe it was something where it's like, all right, bet. Gucci kind of like, it could have been anything. But we do know he gets out, drops first day out, and somewhere along the line, from everything reported, even by the feds, and we're going to take the feds, whatever they say right now with a grain of salt, because, the complaint, there's some additional stuff I'm going to get to in a second, reported in court. They're not doubling down. They're kind of like saying, we got some stuff. It's like, what? The feds are claiming that Pooh Shiesty wanted out the contract. Not wanted a better deal. Now, what usually happens is, hey, listen, I'm in an old deal, this and third, whatever. When I come out and I drop the hit, let's re-up right now. Why do you re-up? Artists live on advances, okay? Artists live on advances. So most of the times an artist do not see money from their label unless it's an advance. So what happens is artists, when they get a hit that is going to clearly outperform their past contract, they re-sign. It's like an NBA player constantly renegotiating. Right? All right, cool. Give me 2 more albums, and then I'm gonna give you 10 million. I bet. Wire me 3, right? And then you see them start flexing. All right, good. You know what I mean? So they re-sign, right? Like, for example, Lil Baby, he's re-signed with QC multiple times, right? But the way how music contracts are set up, you have to wait a lot of time before the initial hot period that you're going through, the year or two, before the recoupment is full, where they've recouped the money spent on you, that you can now get back-end money. So back-end money becomes later money, right? If at all. But it's usually later money, drowned it with a bunch of fees, and obviously publishing something a little bit different. So artists usually, and 6ix9ine too, when 6ix9ine got out of jail, I think he said this, when 6ix9ine got out of jail, 6ix9ine was in a deal before. He's now going to be the hottest rapper in the world. The deal he came out to in 2020, he signed like almost like $15 million deal, right? To do 2 projects, right? And this is the label like, oh, if we could get 2 projects out of him now, we're going to make 30 or 40, whatever they think they're going to make, right? So he signs that. Part of you signing that, depending on how you structure it, they're probably wiring him $8 million right there, right? Like, bang, send me $8 million. So you come out of jail, like $8 million just hits your account. Fuck, you're great. So that's usually what happens. But Pooh Shiesty came out, and I would think that meeting is a renegotiation meeting. And I think Gucci thought it was a renegotiation meeting, right? I think Gucci walked into that meeting. Now I'm putting my, just personal experience and like some assumptions. I think Gucci's walking to that meeting saying, I bet if Shiesty wants, I don't know what the deal would be for him. If you want like I don't know, we're just going to make up a number. If he wants a $10 million deal, he got to give me 3 albums or 2, whatever it is. More than what already, because remember, he's already in a contract. I'm going to give him that. If he asks for $1 million or 2 more, I might throw it in there, but he finna be a star. We about to be off running. That's how Gucci's thinking about it. Unfortunately, for Shiesty, he's not thinking renegotiation. He's thinking, let me out. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. In the music industry, I do want to let you know, I don't think gang ties are stronger than the music business. The music business is truly blood in, blood out. There's nobody that's going to just let you out of contract when you have old projects on the table that's worth millions of dollars. They rather keep you in the contract, you never drop, and no money ever gets made. But only a fool will ever let you out of that contract and go let somebody else benefit. It's like getting robbed. That's literally getting robbed. So Gucci, it would be no possible way that Gucci would have released him. Now, unless it was a buyout. If who knows? If, they're not getting along, there's probably a buyout number, right? Rollo said he bought himself out of contract with Gucci, right? And he said he bought himself out of contract for more than what he got signed for. So I'm pretty sure if Pooh Shiesty came there and said, yo, I got $5 million for you, man. I ain't fucking with this situation, man. I want to be a free man. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if that number would work, but I think that's where a businessman is going to be thinking. However, If Gucci's like, ain't no way on earth I'm letting you out the contract, despite if you have an offer, I could see it going left, right? But I'm kind of like, hypothetically like playing this out. But I will say this. It don't matter, like put it like this. Lil Baby was running around Atlanta calling P a snitch. He's not getting out the contract, okay? He gonna keep making money for P. Who gives a fuck if the nigga who you signed likes you? What the hell? Nigga, keep working, nigga. Get in the plantation. That's how it goes. You don't just like, I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, don't ask me. Yachty was down to just let Caribou go. Every industry music person around and told, fuck no, that's not how it goes. She need to get somebody to buy her out. That's how it goes. You don't that's at least $1 million. You don't let that go for free. I don't care what she's saying on social media. So it's business. So the idea that Gucci would just sign a piece of paper and say, go scot-free because you're not getting along, or nah, you ain't hold my family down. On a business level, that doesn't work. Now, is Pooh Shiesty looking at it like that? I have no idea, right? It could either go two ways. He offered a number, Gucci said, fuck no. Or maybe Gucci said, I'm not taking no number, you're staying here. Or, and usually at that point, the only leverage the artist has is, all right, I'm not putting out no more music, but you're going to kill your own hype. So either that or Gucci is asked to just let him out of the contract, scot-free. And Gucci's like, of course no. Like, no, only an idiot would do that, right? Anyway, so cool. So we get that. And let me see, where do we get to after this? Okay, so we kind of figure out the disagreements. First day out hits, and then January 10th happens. Now, let's get to some current things of what's going on in the case. And this is going to actually be some really important stuff, chat. Some really, really, really important things. We're going to get to some of the flashbacks that's happening where people are actually, pointing out, some of what Gucci said, but we'll chill off the snitching stuff for right now. We just want facts. This is a former 1017 artist. Her name is Pooh Shiesty. I've never heard of her, but apparently she's a former 1017 artist. She said Pooh, Scarr, and Fujiano, they've been beefing with Gucci since he signed them, and Gucci showed them no respect. Let's hear this.
We are. Yeah, I'd be mad too if a motherfucker won't let me out my contract. I'm in a situation right now where I want to hit a Pooh Shiesty on a motherfucker.
Oh,
y'all
shit.
painting a picture out to make it seem like everybody just like it's a curse with Gucci. There ain't no curse with Gucci. Everybody chose their own fate when it came to 1017. And I'm speaking for everybody because I don't have nobody here to speak for themselves. And two of my goddamn label mates is gone. Chant, gone. Scarr, gone. I don't even know where the fuck Roboy at. Y'all got so many opinions, but y'all don't even know that Fujiano and Pooh Shiesty and Scarr was beefing with Gucci the entire time. It was the back and forth of who leaving the label and who want to stay and come back and give me your chain, or no, you can have your chain. Like, it was a lot of that shit going on. Why? It ain't even about reading your contract. It's not about none of that shit.
What is it about?
It's not about none of that shit. At the end of the day, everybody wanted respect. That's why Channing left. She didn't like what was going on. There was really no team with 1017 to where we had people that was really there, that was guiding us. It was just like all the calls was coming from everybody that they was putting in charge, and a lot of people that was in charge shouldn't have been in charge over there at Atlantic. And that's the real issue. Okay, here we are. Yeah, I'd be mad too if a motherfucker won't let me out my contract. I'm in a situation right now where I want to hit a Pooh Shiesty on a motherfucker. Y'all painting a picture out to make it seem like everybody just like it's a curse with Gucci. There ain't no curse with Gucci. Everybody chose their own fate when it came to 1017. And I'm speaking for everybody because I don't have nobody here to speak for themselves. And two of my goddamn label mates is gone. Chant, gone. Scarr, gone. I don't even know where the fuck Roboy at. Y'all got so many opinions, but y'all don't even know that Fujiano and Pooh Shiesty and Scarr was beefing with Gucci the entire time. It was the back and forth of who leaving the label and who want to stay and come back and give me your chain, or no, you can have your chain. Like, it was a lot of that shit going on. Why? It ain't even about reading your contract. It's not about none of that shit. It's not about none of that shit. At the end of the day, everybody wanted respect. That's why Channing left. She didn't like what was going on. There was
okay. I believe Asian Doll was on. I seen her respond recently too. Somebody said, "Well, Asian Doll." Asian Doll, Gucci Mane, they had like some back and forth or something of the sort. Did they? Did they have beef? I don't know if she ever called him out. No, she actually defended Gucci. Did she ever call him out? Oh.
Thank you. So you made history on being the first female artist signing with Gucci. Recently, Keisha came out on The Breakfast Club talking about his schizophrenic episodes and how that affected the label and the artists. Did Gucci show signs of this while you were at the label? And is this the reason why you wanted out?
We didn't know what was wrong with him. Something was definitely wrong, and I had to go. So I asked to be released. I'm like, it's just something's not right. It just didn't give CEO, it didn't give boss, it didn't give none of that. It just gave we on our own. He signed us, and it was just on our own. So I was just like, yeah, this is not what I want to be a part of. So I left.
Okay, thank you.
Oh well, that's a direct answer. Didn't give CEO, didn't give boss. Interesting.
Social media, she is up in 17 as I took records for the opportunity.
So she had tweeted out, I feel like I owe the fans the truth. So here it is. I asked Gucci Mane to release me from 1017 a couple days ago, and he said, okay, I'm officially an independent artist. Thank you, Alamo and Eskimo, for the opportunity. I'm no longer in that deal. Now, keep in mind, this ain't the same 1017 I think he has now. Yeah, this is when they had Eskimo records. Yeah. But anyway, I some artists, now here's the thing. There is a world where a artist or a label might just release you, right? Because they're doing a cost risk analysis. Asian Doll, depending on how much they spent, how much they invested, they might be just saying, fuck it, man. Like, I'll just kind of, I'll cut my losses. You know, it's not like I'm going to make it back off you anyway. I'll just let you go. But now you have no expectation of me, right? Like, these artists, sometimes they look for quarterly budgets. They look for, advances. They look for actual payments from the label, even if their music ain't really making no money. And as a label, you're making an investment. So sometimes you might be like, I'm just going to trim the fat. No disrespect to Asian Doll. I think that's what it probably was. Because so I believe that she probably didn't even pay. She probably didn't even pay for her release. He probably said, all right, go ahead. Right? Now, Pooh Shiesty, you have the hottest song in the world. No, you're not going nowhere. No. You let Asian Doll go. You don't let Pooh Shiesty go. You get what I'm saying? That's how it works. You let Asian Doll go. You don't let Pooh Shiesty go. Okay? And again, not disrespecting Asian Doll, but it also goes to show a little bit how much investment there probably was. There probably wasn't that much investment too, right? Lil Wop has said something about Gucci. Let's look at that. Lil Wop, Gucci Mane. What did he say? It was back in the day. Actually, my recommended video is like sitting on the side over here. Here we go. It was Lil Wop, Gucci. Here we go. Lil Wop. Chat, if I'm being too slow here, right? Just let me know. I apologize. This is a guy that eventually became like a transformer. But he used to look scary like a gangster before. If I'm going too slow here, just let me know. But I want to give you a really the most accurate depiction that we could possibly have of why this went left. I'm not going to say you're not going to come to the same conclusion like, why did he rob him? I'm not saying that. But I'm giving you all the information that you could, whatever your opinion is, you're going to be good with it.
Everybody piling my shit once I can fucking go up. Fucking tape for the fucking longest. Like, for the longest, bro. Like, I've been trying to drop like really four so I can fucking go up. But motherfuckers don't want to see me win. Motherfuckers want to see me fall. You feel what I'm saying? Nah, keep the views. I ain't gonna talk to the views go up, pig. Okay, keep them coming up. Keep them coming up. When I see the views going up, I'm gonna talk my shit. You feel what I'm saying? Alright, pig. Right, let's go. So,
okay, all right.
I'm in this fucking, I need a new business manager, I need a new manager, I need a new all that shit, cause they don't want to see me fucking win. I've been trying to drop my tape for the longest. They've been, like, prolonging my shit, like, you feel what I'm saying? Not trying to see a nigga, you feel me? Prosper and shit. So So with that being said, I'm gonna let y'all know a little something about this industry and how foo they is. You feel what I'm saying? Come on, keep them bitches coming. Period. Keep them coming. Screen record, keep them bitches coming.
All right, come on,
I need
bro.
at least like 1,000 in this shit going lane. Shit going. A new management team, a new fucking lawyer. I'm not dropping shit until I got a new lawyer, a new business manager, and a whole fucking new team all around, bro. Because when you get in the industry, they try to play you. You feel me? They try to play you. They try to make you eat out their fucking hands so you can do whatever the fuck they say. And I'm far from a lame, and I'm far from a bitch-ass nigga, so I ain't going for that shit. Period, point blank.
Okay, come on.
Niggas trying to play me like I'm a fucking fool. Period. And I'm all that shit, bro. Of course, I want to work with my label, but until they get their shit together, bro, I'm not doing shit. I'm not dropping shit, bro. Y'all won't hear no music from me ever. Matter of fact, I might just drop my shit. I might drop my shit on SoundCloud. You feel me? For free. Have my shit free. But if I drop my shit gotta go brazy. Y'all gotta make sure. If I drop my shit on SoundCloud, Wild Valley 4, I gotta make sure my shit go crazy. Period, point blank. On God, that's why I haven't been dropping shit on Apple Music, because anything I drop on Apple Music is gonna go right to their pockets. Period. And I'm not going for that shit. Like, if I'm working hard for my shit, I got a family to feed. I got a mama, I got a son. If I'm working hard for my shit, I need my shit. Period. You feel what I'm saying?
All right, he not saying
You feel me? What the fuck I supposed to do, bro? Y'all supposed to high almighty, bro, but you trying to play me. For what? I haven't did shit to y'all to get played, bro. And just make sure when you sign a fucking deal, make sure you got a fucking business manager that's genuinely fucking with you, a management team that's genuinely fucking with you, bro. Period, point blank. Cause this shit is fool as hell. This shit fugazi. The whole industry fucking fugazi, bro. Ty Mascor, you supposed to be fucking helping me get out of my situation, bro. You supposed to be helping me go up, bro. When I first signed this fucking deal with you, what you say? You gonna make sure I'm straight. You say you're gonna make sure my family's straight. You say you're gonna make sure my fucking everything was straight, bro. But now that I'm with you, bro, it's all fucking cap, bro.
Oh,
I'm getting hella money. And niggas don't want me to expose their ass, bro. And I'm being real lenient right now, bro. I'm not even trying to expose niggas, bro. So if y'all want me to drop my shit on SoundCloud, shit, I'll do that. Up to and shit. They're supposed to be trying to help me with this shit, but niggas just sitting back chilling and shit, bro. Bro, it's cause the fucking label is trying to sabotage my whole fucking career, bro. And that shit lame as fuck, bro. Period, point blank, bro. And it's niggas that I look up to and shit.
Gotta be talking about Gucci, right?
They're supposed to be trying to help me with this.
It's kind of going to prove that point I kept telling you, that these people signed to these artists, right? And I guess, so it was 1017, Eskimo, whatever. And then that was signed to Alamo. They're really expecting Gucci to be in them offices fighting for them, shopping their records. They're kind of like signing to Gucci like Gucci's their daddy.
Shit, but niggas just sitting back chilling and shit, bro. And I feel like that shit lame as fuck, bro. On phone, that shit is lame as hell, bro. Niggas just sitting back, just watching this shit, bro. And that shit lame as fuck, bro. On God, bro. So if you know a fucking business manager, a manager, a lawyer, contact me so I can get this shit figured the fuck out, bro. Period, point blank. On God.
Okay, all right. So,
because I'm doing my best.
Okay, so I'm not gonna make too much of that. By the way, I will say this. I think Gucci is a great finder of talent, but unfortunately, he's never been a great label CEO. We should always remember that if we look back at the majority of artists that came out of Atlanta, that Gucci was one of their first cosigns, yet none of them ended up signing with Gucci. They signed elsewhere. Apparently, as the story goes, even like, for example, the Migos, Gucci gifted them, in a sorts, to QC. This is why Gucci and Pierre, which is P from QC, they're so close. Now, I hope Gucci gets some percentage, but who knows? But Gucci has been the guy who put a lot of artists on, but never saw the label benefits. That's where also P is really good. He's really, really good at sign an artist, and just to let you know, in terms of like, you see what all these artists are complaining about, like really little small things. You hear our Asian doll says, oh, it wasn't given CEO. These artists want a babysitter. Flat out, they want a babysitter. And unfortunately, that is the job. You know, when I talk with Birdman, some of the things that like I talk about, like he's gone through over the years since the 90s of him having Cash Money. As much as he talked that big shit, he's been a babysitter for so many artists, so many egos, so many situations. He's the guy who got to bail them out. He's got to be that person because they look at him. I mean, actually, they've called him daddy. And that's how it's been. P's the same way. Imagine P. He got Offset, who don't like Baby. There's mad hundreds of thousands of millions to be made if you could get the Migos to do a show at the same bill as Baby. You think he's gonna be like, no? He figures a way. I've seen it do it. They weren't cool at the time. I seen him do it. And for that, I gotta give so much credit to P because he's like what a label guy is. There's two tough jobs really in this industry. A&R is tough too, but the manager of an artist, you are basically the person who gets, not to diminish it, but you're like the bitch boy for the artist. Like the artist gets to just tell you ridiculous shit and you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off trying to get it done. And then your label person, let me tell you this, you sign a gangster rapper, you know, I was about to sign this one person. One of the first things that came up before we even started talking money, he said, yo, you know, if I sign, I got mad, I ain't gonna say where. So I got mad ops over there. As soon as they know I get some money, my whole family got to move. So instantly I'm like, why are you telling me that? Now, I'm sitting next to somebody and they're like, no, we got to have a budget for his family to move. If they play me some music, I told them what I liked and they were like, I bet. They said, yeah, nah, I make this shit all day. You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna lie, like, yo, once we sign, like, I got to get up on out of there. And I'm like, what I got to do with me? But it does have to do with you. You're the label owner. You're the guy. So yes, you got to go get a budget, even if you have to advance it off their own money, to move his mama out the hood. Because if he's over here rapping with you and you're putting him on a platform where he's dissing his ops running to the mama house. So again, I do want to like separate you guys thinking that a label owner is just some guy in a suit that's just signed a check and has no type of, you know, relation to the artist they're signing. Most of the times niggas are signing to you because they think you're going to make sure they're good. Okay? Just to let you know. All right. We'll move on from that. I think we now get to clearly the arrest. The arrest, right? Now, we played and we actually